is the Flex HR. And for our training purpose, we use the URL UAT4. In actual situation, it will be Flex HR4. Okay. This is my dummy user ID. Okay, right. This is the ESS main page. In real situation, you will see your name here. And you will have your position here and your department here. And you will have a lot of modules. In the UAT4 that you are looking at now, you are only able to see performance scorecard module. In actual situation, you would see e-leave, e-claim, e-payment statement, e-performance scorecard, e-training. Yeah. And please take note, before you actually log into the ESS, use Google Chrome browser. Only Google Chrome browser can support the performance scorecard module. Yeah. Why is that so? The reason is because performance scorecard module is developed using Microsoft Excel as the background developer's work. So there are a lot of columns and rows there. In order to support the complication of the design, we need the Google Chrome to actually help us, right? You cannot use Safari. You cannot also use Internet Explorer. They doesn't support performance scorecard module. All right, having enough saying of that importance, let's come to the system. Click at performance scorecard. And you will come to this colorful page. This is the performance scorecard main page. And you will see this green button. This green button, we call it menu button. Inside this menu button, there are folders for employee who doesn't need to supervise a team. It means that he or she doesn't need to approve any of the performance form. So there's only one folder, like what you see now, perform, personal, view, and submit. But in case you are an approver, that means you appraise your staff's performance, then you have more folder. Besides this folder, you will have the task folder and also the approver view folder. So altogether, 3 folders. You will see the 3 folders later on when I show you how to approve the performance form. For now, let's just look at this one folder. Imagine that we are doing our performance plan now. Okay, so click one time. This folder shows you 6 functions. These are functions: combined score, performance plan, mid-year review, year-end review, amend performance plan, amend performance plan history. Combined score is a function that is very special. Now, for your information, in Berjaya, promotion, increment, transfer, all happens in January. That means early of the year. If, let's say, that is a special arrangement, like for example, promotion in July, transfer in May, if that things happen to you, then the combined score function would be applicable to you. Why it is called combined score? It is because when such special arrangement happen, you would have two different periods of performance appraisal. Like for example, if you are attached to the property marketing from January right up to June, then suddenly you have a transfer to property projects for the second half of the year. Then you would have two different kind of performance assessment. And that means you have two different kind of performance form. And these two forms must be combined so that your performance will not be discounted, which will be unfair to you, right? So you need this combined score. And this combined score require a few complicated steps. So if you actually encounter this scenario, please give us a call. We will guide you step by step. For the training today, we just focus on what normally happen. Okay, what is normally happen? That is the stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and the amend performance plan. So as highlighted in the slide just now, stage 1 is performance plan. Now, let's start with stage 1. Go to performance plan. So stage 1 performance plan in actual scenario happen in the month of January. If you join this year, maybe you join in March, April, May, not in the month of January, don't worry. The first month that you joined would be the first month that you key in your performance plan. You will be given 2 months to complete your performance plan and get it approved. All right. You will see only one row if you are a new joiner this year. Unlike here, you see 5 rows, right? For training purposes, we actually conduct training for various departments, various companies. That's why we have so many rows. In actual situation, you would also have these many rows because as the time goes by, you have your first year performance form here, second year performance form here, and so forth. So for me, I am with this company for long, right? And the first year the company rolled out the performance scorecard module was in 2016. So by now, in 2020, I should have 2016 form, 2017 forms, 2018, 2019, and of course 2020, 5 forms altogether. So I would have 5 rows. So now for training, let's go to the performance year 2020. And when we want to go into the form, make sure you click at the performance form. Okay. The page that you're looking at now is the summary page. Summary page is a very important page because this is the page that you see the submit button. Yeah. And this is the page that you see your details. Yeah, you can see here, the first box here contains your information. Your name in full as per IC, your position, your grade, your number of years, and of course, this is by default Berjaya Corporation Berhad. Second box shows you the type of form that you are using now. If you are a grade C employee, you will see C performance form. If A or B, you will see the respective grade here, A or B. And the performance stage here is performance plan. That means if you are doing performance plan, make sure the stage is correct, performance plan. Not mid-year, not final year. Okay, now here, the third box talks about the timelines. By default, the system will put as January 1st up to December 31st, because that is the whole year assessment for your performance. In actual situation, performance plan will be 1st January 2020 to 28 February 2020 or 29 February 2020. If you start in March, then it will be 1st March 2020 right up to 30th April 2020. So for mid-year review, it will be from 1st July until 15 August, and year-end will be 1st October to 25th November. Action detail box is actually the audit trail. It will capture when you submit your form, when your immediate supervisor approves your form, when your second level approver and third level approver approve your form. Even if, let's say, your approver wants you to amend your performance plan, they will enter a remarks here, what are the things that you need to amend? Yeah. So now come to this box, section description. Actually, section description means form. Here, like what we highlighted in the slides just now, we have two forms, competency form and KPI form. So normally we will start by doing the competency form first. Click into the competency. There are altogether 5 competencies. So before we do anything, make the columns smaller. And this is the last column. The form that you are looking at now is the grade C form. That is why you see the weightage is 25, 0, 25, and then another 25, and another 25. It's default. But if you are grade A or grade B, you can't actually see the 25. It's for you to decide. You will only see the predefined weightage for you for leadership competency. Okay, so just now in the slide, we said that by default, grade C employees leadership weightage is 0. But if, let's say, the grade C employee has a team to supervise, then he or she need to change the weightages. So how to change? This is applicable to the grade A and grade B also. This is how you change the weightage. Double click. Yeah, double click. And then you can straight type the weightage that you want to be displayed. After typing, press enter. Likewise, type the weightage, press enter. Then proceed to another competency, do the same. Remember to enter, because if you do not press the enter key, the system cannot register whatever you typed. Okay, so you have set all the weightage for all the competency. Make sure the total is 100, because if your total is not 100, you will not be able to submit your performance plan. Okay, after you already done, scroll up, and here also scroll up, click at summary, come back to summary page. And now you can go to the second form, KPI. KPI, there are 4 perspectives. We call this perspective. Okay, we have customer focused perspective, financial perspective, internal business processes perspective, and organizational learning and growth perspective. For an employee who is in admin department or maybe in any kind of department, right? You would have customer focus, financial, internal business process, and organizational learning and growth perspective. Some of you may think that, my job does not require me to, so I may not have customer focus KPI. But bear in mind, in Berjaya, there are two types of customers. One is internal customers. Two is external customers. So who are the internal customers? Internal customers are like your counterparts in other departments. For example, central purchasing, or put it in a simple way, HR department. HR department, we have a team in charge of recruitment. So who are the internal customers of our recruitment team? Of course, our internal customers would be the hiring managers. For example, the corporate communication department head want to hire an executive to handle the PR job. So the head of corporate communication becomes our internal customer. If you are in property marketing, of course, you have external customers because they are the one who give you the revenue, the source of revenue, right? That you hit your sales target. And you also have internal customer. Why do we say so? Your internal customers could be the one that waiting for your documentation to do the loan documentation part. Yeah, they are your sales support team. They are your internal customers. So in property marketing, you would have internal customers and you would have external customers. Financial, even you are not in a department doing sales, you still have the financial perspective. Why? Because financial perspectives also means how you save costs. Anything that is to do with money, dollar and cents, will fall under financial perspectives. Internal business processes. We believe that every one of us would have these perspectives because this is where you key in KPI that aim at shortening the time for processes or improving the quality control. Of course, you would also have organizational learning and growth. So what does it mean? Organization learning and growth actually is to capture your learning hours for the year. In Berjaya, we make it compulsory for everyone to have at least 14 learning hours a year. So these 14 learning hours a year can be achieved by attending training that is organized by the Learning and OD department, by attending lunch talk organized by the Learning and OD department as well as other departments like corporate communication, and sometimes our Berjaya Higher Education will also organize learning session for us to attend. And also Group HR will also organize engagement activities, perhaps 2 to 3 times a year, during lunchtime or during office hours. So please get in touch with us by constantly checking the events that is available and announced in the intranet like buzz, and also the email that sent out by the various organizers. If let's say you are not able to attend any of the events, you can also fulfill your learning hours by reading books, or maybe take master's course, diploma course, or short courses outside the company. This box, this big box here, this area is a dashboard. When you want to key in your KPI, always come to the Add KPI button. Press one time, it will lead you to this page. Okay, you have the balance scorecard perspective, you have the KPI, additional KPI info or action plan, unit of measure. You will see 5 perspectives, but actually you can ignore the perspective number 5 because that perspective is for the grade D. And so you can begin with perspective number 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Do not need to follow this sequence, just any one of it that you feel like you want to begin with. So for training purposes, let's go into the customer focus first. All right, you will see another box pop up. That is the KPI, goals, objectives, high-level statement. Don't worry about that yet. Let's go to the KPI box. This KPI box is set default as new KPI, so you do not need to choose any other option. Just let it be. Come to the third box here. Why is it called KPI, goals, objectives, high-level statement? As the name calls it, it is actually a brief statement about that perspective. Okay, now we are looking at customer focus perspective, right? Let's just put it simply by typing to if at least 85% satisfaction for product ABC. Yeah, this is in a case that you are selling a product. If let's say you are running a roadshow whereby you want to collect the customer satisfaction rate, you can say that for the name of the event. In my example here is the satisfaction rate for a product. So it's very clear, it is a high-level statement because it says 85% customer satisfaction rate for product ABC. It's specific also because I'm actually measuring product ABC. Yeah. So in other words, when you want to put in a high-level statement, make sure it is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, that means relevant to your work scope, and time-bound. In this case where I didn't put the date, means it's for the year. If you have a KPI which is specific to the certain date, please specify the date. We will come to that example later on. So what is this box about? Additional KPI, info, or action plans. It means how are you going to achieve your high-level statement? All right, for my example here, I aim to achieve at least 85% customer satisfaction rate for product ABC. What should I do? Of course, step one, I need to design the customer satisfaction survey. Yes. If I do not have questions, how would I collect the response, right? So I should design it first. And that design, I aim to finish by 31st March 2020. After designing, assuming that it is approved, I would distribute the survey form to at least 250 customers by 50 April, 50 May, to be more realistic, 50-20. Why 250 customers? It is because I want to collect a sample. Right, so how do we know whether we achieve 85%? Of course, we got to analyze the result of the questionnaire or of the survey by 31st July 2020. Always refer to the high-level statement here. We say here to achieve at least 85% customer satisfaction rate. So our measurement would be 85%. 85% means measurement is percent. So look for percent from the pull down menu here. Right. We have a lot of measurement here. If you do not find the suitable measurement, you can always choose general, qualitative, subjective. But if you can't find one from the list here, well, just choose percent. Okay. So you can come straight to the boxes here. Outstanding box, above target box, on target box, below target box, and unacceptable box. How to fill up this box? Always refer to the on target box first. What does it mean? What is target? Okay, look at your high-level statement here. You want to achieve at least 85% customer satisfaction rate. That 85% is your on target. So key in 85. So if let's say you can actually achieve 90%, that is better rate, right? So that would be above target. And if you can achieve 95, that would be your outstanding target. On the other way around, if you achieve 80%, it would be below target. If you achieve lesser than 75, it would be unacceptable. So in other words, when you set your targets, you must think whether in actual situation you will achieve on target or you can achieve above target or not. If you set 95% as outstanding, is it really workable, achievable? If you can actually achieve 95%, congratulations, then your rating for the year for this particular KPI would be outstanding, which is very good result. So be smart when you set the target. All right, weightage. What does it mean? Weightage means how much effort, time, contribution, collaboration, the tasks involved in order for you to achieve this high-level statement. And that refers to your action plan. So the action plan here is to design the survey, to distribute the survey, to analyze the survey. How heavy are these tasks? Right? Maybe I just put that 15%. Right? So I just put 15, enter. If let's say you have a KPI which is only worth 1%, we advise you not to put that in. Not worth measuring 1% KPI. Perhaps that is not even a KPI. That could be your job description. KPI is something that you want to challenge yourself to achieve for the year, to prove to the supervisor that you add value to the company, or in short, to the department's goal. Yeah. If let's say you feel that the weightage is 40%, you want to put 40%. Bear in mind, if you put 40%, what if this KPI is no longer valid for you? Well, the 40% gone. And you lose that 40%. By losing 40%, it affects your bonus quantum. If you really feel that this KPI is 40%, then you must think, if this KPI is 40% weightage, there must be a lot of sub-KPI in there. Find out what are the sub-KPIs. If there are 5 sub-KPIs, then put that sub-KPI as the main KPI. That means in this particular perspective, customer-focused perspective, you would have 5 separate KPIs, which make more sense for you to score, right? Yes. All right. After filling up all these boxes, go to the Add button. Once you press the Add button, the KPI that you key in just now will go straight to the dashboard. Yes. Now, go ahead to add another KPI until the grand total is 100%. Bear in mind, if grand total is not 100, you cannot submit your form. Let's go to another perspective. Okay, I choose financial. I type here to achieve this RM 100 million for Tropica project. My action plan to conduct every quarter to launch the get member campaign, and the member would be the existing customer. So with launching this campaign, I would need to decide, right? To design the incentive package for the member get member campaign. Well, if you ask your existing customer to refer his or her friend to you, you definitely need to give something back, right? So number 4, in order for me to achieve 100 million sales, why not? I actually launch the staff purchase campaign. By certain date, right? By maybe 31st of May 2020. You can actually put a lot of timelines there, like to design the incentive package by what date, to launch the member get member campaign by what date, so that you are actually on track to achieve your yearly target there. Maybe this one I put there concurrently 31st May also, or even earlier than that, so that you can get the result faster. Okay, unit of measure here. Look back, the high level statement is 100 million. So of course, I would need to look for RM million. RM million, RM million. Yeah, here, RM million. And of course, I would put on target here as 100. If I can achieve 120, I am above target. If I can achieve 150, it's outstanding. Below, if let's say I achieve 90, unacceptable if I achieve less than 80 million. Okay, the weightage here, I can put 20% because I need to have a lot of collaboration, a lot of persuasion, a lot of preparation to sell my tropical project. Or maybe 20 is not enough, just put 25. Add. And here you go, dashboard, financial. Perhaps I have another KPI for my financial perspective. Come, add KPI again. Choose your financial perspective. This time, besides selling, I need to save costs. To save administrative costs by 10%. For the events. Okay, how do I save 10%? Oh, which on social media to distribute e-flyers. So there's printing costs saved there. I can also leverage on social media for virtual sales. I can also leverage on perhaps Zoom or WhatsApp video, any other technology to conduct the virtual property viewing. Wow, you save your own costs and you save your customers' costs. Great, right? 10%. So the measurement here will be percentage. So look out for percentage here. Percentage. Okay, percentage is here. On target is 10%. 10%. I believe that when you use virtual facilities, you can save more, right? Yeah. And below target could be lesser than that. And unacceptable, nothing has been saved. Okay, add. Oh, you cannot add because there's no weightage yet. So we got to add the weightage. It seems like it will be quite a number of tasks over there because you need to design and you need to actually find the right social media. Perhaps it's not only one platform. Perhaps you need 3 platforms. Like for example, Insta, Twitter. I'm not sure. Maybe you need something bigger than the Facebook to help you doing these virtual activities. So I just put 20%. Yep. Add. Yay, my grand total is 60% now. So you can see here, my financial, I have 2 KPIs. So it doesn't mean that one perspective, one KPI. One perspective can have 10 KPIs, of course. One perspective can have 1 KPI, of course.